believe that statement at all, though. Mm-mm.
How about you, Boogie? Since you just came up here, should you believe a woman if she tells you provide me loyalty, and I can finance myself? And let me do this real quick so y'all get a little bit more context. Ooh, my bad.
And we're told they're not told to keep. Men do a lot to be better men, and we're told they're not told to keep a woman.
Well,
but women are trying to prove that they don't need a man.
Well,
but it's like the opposite.
Because when we get money so that we can take on dependence. I can have a family. I can have kids. When women get money, it's for your independence. I don't need a man. I don't need this. I can buy my own house. I can buy. But if you do that, you take away his need. If you got the house, the car, and he has no purpose for that relationship. So he will not have the vigor it takes to make sure that the relationship is abundant, joyous, and in harmony. He doesn't have the joy.
He can provide emotional intelligence.
It don't work like that. You can't tell a man what's intrinsically important to him just because you want it to be important. When you take away, that's why so many successful women are single. That's why. And I'm not saying that their decision was right or wrong. I am saying that they're devoid of being able to pair bond with the kind of man they want. And if they're going to successfully pair bond or have a half a chance at it, they got to date down.
Provide me loyalty. I can finance myself.
So again, what do you think about that, Boogie? You believe that?
No, the last statement threw me off.
Your mic coming through your computer mic. That's not your actual mic.
Oh, give me 1 second.
Was that 6?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like he said, a lot of successful women are single because they are failing to meet that counterpart, right? Someone that can match them. You got to be able to match these women if they're more successful than you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Perfect.
All right, I was gonna say the last statement threw me off, and I agree with 6. No woman, the only type of loyalty women really want from a man is to pay her bills. That's why they would rather be with a man who cheats as long as he's paying the bills and he's got the money. That's why anytime they make money, and again, back to 6, as soon as they make money, oh, I don't need a man. I'm independent. I don't need no man. I'm paying my own bills. But around the age of 35, 40, when they're tired of clocking in and out, that's when they want a man now. They still scream independence, but they still want the man to pay the bills. If you think I'm lying, try going out with an independent, strong, rich woman on a date and try to tell her, you know what, you're independent, you're strong. I don't want to disrespect you. Let's go 50-50 on the first date. She's going to think you're gay or something like that. So I agree with 6. Anytime they make money, they want a man making more. Otherwise, they'd rather die alone rather than go 50-50 with a man.
I think all that emotional intelligence stuff is just cap. I think that's cap. No woman is putting emotional intelligence before she puts money and looks. I don't believe that. I think that when women say that, they're trying to throw you off from knowing that they're 304s.
What you think, Savage?
I agree with the brother. I mean, the way I picture it, I mean, the man works for his family. He's working for the bigger picture of the legacy. He's passing down his name because that's kind of what he's leaving behind. Now, me personally, in my personal opinion, and this is not for everybody, but I think that makes you appreciate the man just a little bit more, is that purpose and being a part of that vision. I mean, a lot of people not gonna like me for saying this, but I think the best position a woman can be in her life is to support. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think the moment you try to compare yourself to the man, be equal to the man, then you really don't appreciate being a woman. You know? I mean, if you're working for the bigger picture, that I want my life to be as easy as possible. I think it's a little crazy a little bit to try to work super hard so you can put the man in a softer spot, but he's designed for something more. But you want to be in your soft girl era. Yeah, no, that don't make sense. I mean, it don't register.
So why do you think there's women that say that, give me loyalty and I can finance myself? Why do you think they say that, even if they don't mean it?
Listen, that statement threw me off. I was like, damn.
Yeah, me
Like
too.
I just that listen, I don't even know what to say to a woman like that. It's just like, do you appreciate the man? That's my next question to her. Like, what do you love about the man if you want his position so bad?
That threw me off because there's plenty of average men who would rather be there's nothing more than they can do than being loyal to a woman. Plenty of men. If it's really about being loyal, there's plenty of men who can't pull women, meaning if he gets in a relationship, he's gonna be loyal by default. But somehow those men can't find women. So I don't believe the things she said when it comes to just give me loyalty, I can finance myself. They're gonna go in debt. Is she gonna pay for the debt or something like that? So it's all bullshit. Excuse
Oh
me.
no, I'm just gonna be honest. I really don't know. I mean, every woman is different. You have some women that's just extremely ambitious and they really do feel like I got this. And you got some women that's just like they're competing with the man to prove it. And it's just like then you got some women that's just trying to protect themselves from hurt because of whatever the hell trauma that their mama passed down to them. So but for us, like I say a healed woman that's comfortable in her feminism. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that she want her man at home.
But why she always got it that healed? I'm telling you honest truth. I hate that word. Like I really
Healed?
hate. Yeah. Oh, I hate
Why?
it. Like because I never met one that healed.
Facts.
No one's ever met a woman that healed.
I
I've never
agree.
met her.
I healed.
And they
You the only
stay
one then. You the only
Ali-
one. It's just the
That's
verbiage.
not true.
Like, so what does that mean to heal? Like we all
So-
encounter negative aspects of life, right? We all have to endure a certain type of difficulty to be men and women. There's a normalcy of difficulty you got to encounter to be a man and a woman. So this healing thing, it's almost like it deflects from the fact that you need to grow up and mature. So women, instead of women say I need to grow up and mature. No, let me,
Ali, I
and you
gotta
got
stop
it.
you.
And you got it. Right. I give it to you, land. The women who say that, it's a lot of women who will go to therapy. It's a lot of women who will use God the same way. They get to heal on their own time instead of being to a person how they're supposed to be and be responsible for their actions and decisions. So they'll expect you to give them what they need. They expect you to be a complete person. But when they can't give you what you're asking for, and when they disrespectful for you, or they can't adhere to the relationship or do their part, they'll say, I need to heal. That's why I can't do it.
Okay, so to answer that, to be healed, and I do consider myself healed. It starts off with accountability. Accountability, it's not about you, she, them, nuh-uh. It's about where I went wrong. When you accept where you went wrong, and you can say with confidence without feeling so much shame and hurt in your heart, like, hey, I messed up. I can be better. I need to do better. I see where I need to, improve that. And then honestly reflect that, and then say, I've accepted the pain of my actions. Then that's healing. When you've healed from that, you've accepted where you went wrong in your life and understood the consequences of it. Now you're ready to learn. You're not ready to deflect and run no more. You're not making excuses no more. You're ready to stand up front and center and have your self-awareness reflecting who you are. That's being able to say, yes, I did this. Yes, I was wrong, but I'm ready to be better. I'm ready to see the bigger picture. I'm ready to listen. I'm ready to understand. I'm ready to understand that it's not all about me. It's about us. I'm ready to walk in the way that I'm supposed to be. Okay, I'm proud of who I am. I understand I messed up, but that's a part of my growing process because that's what I needed to have better awareness, to be able to better prepare for having more. That's being able to look at somebody and be vulnerable. You healed when you're able to be vulnerable. I'm not going to hide nothing. If I'm mad, I'm going to say, baby, I'm upset because you said this to me. You did that to me. And, and then I'm going to give you room for clarity or to clear something up or to show me what needs to be seen without getting in your way. I'm not going to get in the way of you teaching and leading me. I'm not going to compete with you. I know who I am and I know who you are and I know who I got with. So when you have that respect for the other person, you have respect for yourself, you don't get in the way of anything that's going to better you and challenge it because you want to be right. Who cares about being right? Do the right thing. That comes with healing.
So the reason again, if I'm cheating on people, if I'm breaking people, if I'm destroying people, if I'm a liar, if I'm a womanizer, it keeps me from looking like a bad person by saying I've healed. So I tell people, I'm doing that to people because I haven't healed yet. The typical people who will use that word heal is people who are doing wrong towards other people, who are violating other people, and they'll say I can't do better because I haven't healed as a person yet. Now, if you're talking about a person who doesn't know any better, they're not educated, they're not edified, they don't know how to love, they don't know how to show compassion, they don't know how to be empathetic, they don't know how to treat other people. That's different than the way people typically are using healed. They'll say it when they're doing something to somebody else, and they expect themselves to still be treated good from that person, they'll say they're incapable because they haven't healed yet. So I get where you coming from, and I can look at a person who's immature, hasn't developed, doesn't know the responsibility of caring for another person or treating another person, even though I think that's another word as well too. But every time, most of the women that we see using that word, because I never hear a man said he has to heal. Like, it's never a man. It's typically women who say they have to heal. It's always a certain type of woman who demonstrates extremely negative characteristics towards other people, and they'll say, I'm not able to grasp how I'm supposed to treat other people because I haven't healed yet.
I would say
they
to
all
people that
receive
do
therapy
stuff
too.
like that are manipulative. If you out here causing harm and being detrimental to those around you, not only do you need to heal, you need to sit your ass down at home and get the hell away from people and stop causing problems. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no right to ask nobody for nothing. How dare you ask to have somebody be this and do that for you? You can't even be that for them. So I personally feel like you don't have the right to have your hand out. You have the right to put your hands in your pocket and walk the hell away and leave people alone. You definitely have the right to do that. But if you're going to be honest about healing, then say what you need to heal from. You need to be like, look, I was in a poor relationship and I'm ready to hold any and everybody else accountable because I can't see past this hurt. That's called being honest. That's called being transparent. You need to be transparent with people and don't withhold no information from people when you feel ready, because you don't know what you're making them sign up for. I can't stand when I see people be like, I'm gonna tell this to this person when I'm ready. I'm gonna expose this when I'm ready. No, because what you're doing is taking a decision away from somebody and then you have them be a part of something that they might not agree with. And I don't like that, taking choices from people. I hate
And you
when
just
people
did
do
it,
that.
and that's why I hate heal. You just talk, because someone can heal in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. And a lot of women say it. I will treat you how you want to be treated, or I'll respect you like you want to be respected when I'm ready. A woman will settle down when she's ready. She'll get married when she's ready. She'll be a wife when she's ready. But before she's doing that, she's doing everything and everything else. She's on her 304 phase. She's on her fun phase. She's on her disrespect phase. She's in a gold digging phase. She's doing everything but treating other people the way she should be treating other people. And she'll go, oh, it's because I got to heal. That's why I don't like the word. So if it's actually having to heal, why does it take most people to the point that they never heal? Like I said, I've never, CO6, Boogie, Smell the Roses. How often do you hear somebody say they've healed? I never hear, and Book Savage probably the first person I heard say they healed, but I never hear none of these women say they've healed.
I heard that in every relationship until this marriage I'm in right now, bro.
Alexa,
And one of the key factors that Savage just said is, like, your antennas could go up and you could pick up on something, and they'll be like, I just wasn't ready to tell you. No, you should have told me when I figured it out. Right. We could have had that conversation when I was ready, not no 3, 4, 5 months down the line. You know what I'm saying? So I never,
because they're doing it for themselves. It's like if my lady, I'm doing wrong by my lady, and she finally leaves me, it takes me years to get over that. And I all the stuff that I was doing towards other women, I figured out that she was the best one I ever had, and these other women are horrible. Like, they don't treat me with the same respect. They're not the women that I should have been with. I'm coming back for me. I'm not coming back for her. I'm circling the block for her. And then I may tell her I've healed now and I'll do right by you. But a lot of times when people are not ready and then they all of a sudden become ready, it's typically about them. It's not about the other person. It's not about how you should treat other people.
So you know when somebody healed, when they're not ready to hide nothing no more. You know if somebody's there for you, if they helping you in your discernment. I encourage you to judge me. I encourage you to see me. I encourage you to ask me questions. Whatever helps you feel comfortable, I'm not going to get in the way of that. But when somebody is taken away from things like, I'm not ready for you to see this, I'm not ready for you to know this, I feel uncomfortable with this, and that means you're not ready to be somebody's wife. You're not ready to be with somebody because you still have shame in your heart. You haven't healed. But when you lose that shame, and you've owned what you've done, you've taken that accountability, you have that self-awareness, you did the work, then you shouldn't have no problem saying what you did, what you was a part of, what happened in your life, and allow that person to have a decision if they want to be with you or not. You don't take decisions from people. You be transparent. I don't give a damn about honesty. I care about what's visual, what could be seen, what's tangible. Being honest don't make you transparent. It's a difference.
Is that when women say they're born again virgins? Is that the same thing as healing? Because it's around the age of 30, 35 when
No,
they
that's
find
a
Jesus.
lie. That's a lie. They just said that to make them feel better. Trust me, I fell for that trap too. I had a grandma look at me and say I was born a virgin. I said, stop it, Granny. You know, dang well, you know, got ran through like a choo-choo train. Just said you had a lot of bodies and you ready to own up and say, I'm ready to sit down and slow down. Stop it, Granny. Stop it.
That's what I'm.
Keep
It's
your
just
peppermint candy too. I don't want it. It's been in your
it's
purse
a
for decades.
The butterscotch. Yeah.
but it's a choice. All it is a choice. Either I'm gonna get over it in a second. I'm gonna get over it. You know what? They did a data the other day, and they were saying, I meant to share it on here, is the how men are way more forgiving than women. Like men are ultra forgiving. No matter what's happening, typically men are more forgiving than women. And if men weren't forgiving, we wouldn't have as much relationships where women typically hold grudges. So when we talk about this healing phase, it's typically when the person changes their mind or makes the choice to want to do what they're asked to do, or versus not doing it or not being a mature individual. It's ultimately a choice. That's why I can't stand that, because if we didn't have mental health the way in the capacity that it's moving now, if we didn't give people the leverage to go to therapy, give people the leverage to go get understanding, let people the leverage to use God's name in vain, people would have to develop extremely fast. I mean, right then and there, instead of pick your battles. Nah, we fixing it right now, but there's no consequences to people's behaviors and how they treat other people. So I can always go, hey, you're not going to change. Nah, I'm healing. Nah, I'm going to therapy. Nah, God got me. Like, it's always an excuse for the person's behavior because society's giving someone the ability to run away from it.
With those type
I
of people.
disagree. I
Go ahead.
disagree, Ali, because
Go ahead.
I can
Okay,
speak
so
for
why,
myself
if you
for
disagree,
this.
but if you disagree, why is there more an abundance of people who refuse to treat people right? More people who don't have accountability or responsibility to do what's right. Why is there an abundance of people not living the right way versus the people who live the wrong way?
There's always consequences for doing somebody wrong.
Hmm?
There's always. And when you find somebody that you really love and you hurt them and you ain't got access to them no more and you can't control it because they walked away from you, the choice is not yours. That's a different type of hurt that make you change. That's a different type of hurt that make you sit back and think about what you've done. It will hurt so much what you did to them. You'll hurt yourself. You'll feel like you can't deal with yourself. You'll feel like you almost start glitching in a sense because you can't tolerate what you've done because you love somebody and that karma hit different, you know? It's to the point where it's like you lost them to the point where you had no choice but to change because you don't even want to hurt yourself like that no more to hurt the person that you love.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing that makes somebody sit down. And it's always, well, not always, but majority of the time is when it's too late.
I'm not disagreeing with you. If you're talking about a person who cares about how they hurt other people and being empathetic, what I'm saying is that if it actually was working, why is majority of people breaking each other and disrespecting each other more so than being people who are actually treat each other the right way? That's what I'm asking. That the evidence doesn't show it. That it looks like people using God's name in vain, people going to therapy, people using the term healing is making people worse. It's not making them better. And I ran facilities 15 years in mental health where we became babysitters and enabled people and gave them attention for their bad behaviors instead of giving them consequences or incentives that would probably, never mind, we're giving them consequences where it's higher than the incentive to make them do better. But most people are not afraid to treat disrespect and doing wrong by people because there's no consequences to their actions. If we gave people consequences for their actions and shame people more so than giving the people the space to heal and think about how they need to treat other people until they're ready to do it, we'd have a different society. But since people have the right to manipulate, people have the right not to be accountable, people have the right to mistreat people, and they still get a prize after it, more people, especially women, don't have no reason to change.
Well, I agree with both of you. Savage is right and you're right. The duality exists because, for the most part, man or woman, you will suffer the consequences of your improvidence at some point. We see it from women when they reach the latter part of their years, when the novelty of their beauty wear off, and that's what you talked about on the last episode, where they just grab for any man that can put up with their shit and help them while they're in survival mode. That is, but see, the thing is, even though they can grab onto a man, and there's always to be some type of pliable, feeble-minded milquetoast guy that'll jump on the bandwagon with her, she's still unhappy because that's not her first choice. So she's still living in a relationship where she'll be suffering from her improvidence eventually because she got a man, but not the man she wants, or always have a wandering eye and live a less than desirable lifestyle. So her improvidence will catch up to her. Now, men that act in that same way, his improvidence will catch up to him because when men that think like that and act like that tend to create broken households. And if they were there financially or not there financially, they wasn't there as the main primary caretaker. So what tends to happen is the child grows up and the mother has a pernicious effect on that child. So as that child grows older, you're like, yeah, they'll understand when they get older. They never understand. They never come around. They end up inheriting their mama's attitude towards you. So now you lost your lineage. Now you of older age. Sure, you can get a woman that can please you sexually, and sure, if you well off, you can get a woman that don't mind wheedling her way into your bedroom. But now you're just paying a bill because you got a baddie, and we all know a bad bitch is a net negative. But you have rendered yourself unworthy of a good woman at a certain age, because at a certain age and mindset, good women they have a expedited discernment. So y'all both can be single, but a good woman at a certain age, that first date, she'll know like he's not what I'm looking for. So you still end up saying, one of my mentees is recently like in liminality. He's about to be divorced. They live on different coasts now. And he was telling me today, he was like, yeah, I went out this weekend, man. It's different out there. It's kind of sparse. It's kind of hard. And you know, he's a couple of years older than me. It's a different story, but he's feeling the effects of not taking good advice and losing his lineage. You know, he's pretty well off, pretty good looking guy from what the ladies say, but it's still hard out there for him because after a certain, another one of my mentees said, I'm dealing with two girls and one of them grown. I said, what does that mean, grown? He was like, well, I want her to kind of be all over me. And she's like, nah, every dude got a DICK. If you want me to be with you like that, you got to show me something more. Then he was like, but I got this 24-year-old, you know, she come over, we get down or whatever, and she leave. And he was like, but I like the grown woman, but she not giving me what I want. And I was like, well, the woman that you consider grown is evolved, and she's our age. Like she's not gonna get a tickle in her pink parts because you're saying nice things to her. Like she's evolved past that. You have to show her more. And this 24-year-old, she's infantile, right? So she's influenced by your cars and all that, but you can't create a life with a woman like that. And these guys are both, I'm giving an example, a real example, both my age, a couple of you, we're in the same age category. And I'm like, if you even go for the 24-year-old, that won't last because you have her by like 30 years. Y'all are in a tacit contract. You continue to trick on me, and I'll come do tricks on your DICK. That's a tacit contract. If you run out of money, or you will run out of money if you participate in the profligate ideals that she got. You cannot keep up. But you also, like, I can't just lock the grown woman, as he call her. She's hard to lock down. Because the same tricks you pull on these infantile women don't work on the evolved women. So he's feeling the effects of not taking good advice. So again, while you're right, Brother Ali, so is Savage. Eventually, everyone has to deal with the consequences of their improvidence, right? So you can't just be hurting people and use I'm healing as a passport to continue that inertia, because it will render you you would disqualify yourself from a good pool of women or men to source from when you want to have that relationship. Because trust me, when you start to get in your latter years, things mean less, memories and people mean more. And you're going to look around and like, I don't have a lot of good friends, so I couldn't even throw a birthday dinner. My kids are upper age, but they don't even come around. I am dating women, but they all shallow and none of them really do it for you. You start to look around and be like, damn, I may have played this whole game wrong. So it's best to evolve. Sure, mistakes are heuristic, but try your best not to crash into people while you're interacting with them.
You just made me think about, you just made me think about something. Man.
Go ahead, I'm ready.
This is why I hate healed, right? Because when you think about it, this person that say they healed, right? They struggle with respecting people. They struggle with loving people. They struggle with being a good person. They struggle with holding themselves accountable. A lot of these people were horrible towards other people. They don't ever say that. I was a wretched person. I was a disgusting person. I hurt people. I'm about to call up all the people that I disrespected, all the people I led astray, all the people I let down. They just use that. I'm healed. There's no reference to or context to how horrible of a person you are and what makes you healed now. Why are you such a good person now? For instance, I'll give you another example. A woman will be celibate and abstinent and tell you she respects herself now, and you got to wait for her to have sex with her until you married, but nobody else had to get married to her to get sex, right? But if they didn't get cooperation from you, a good woman, before you got sex with them, and then when you had sex with them, they didn't get a good woman, Why should I trust you? And why should I believe that you're a revered woman now just because you're not having sex and just because you keeping your legs closed, but you didn't work on being a better woman? That's the same way, like I told you, the same way women use they healed, and this the same way they say they use God. They're not telling you nothing they did to learn what a man is, nothing about how much they learned the Bible, how they supposed to be a wife, what made them a horrible person. All they tell you, and you still think they're a horrible person, is, you know what? I found God. I got the Bible now. I've healed. It's just terms to make you think that they've changed and they've improved their lifestyles or they change in character. But typically it's just the word they saying to honestly disarm you so you accept them and still believe in them and commit them into a relationship. Because if you truly healed as a person, if you truly godly as well too, it'd be reflective of your life. And a lot of people who say they healed, a lot of people who say they got God in their life, they typically are not those type of people. That's why I struggle with, and not saying she not healed, or if she is healed, is why I struggle with accepting those terms, because the people who use those terms, typically, their life isn't reflective of it.
Well, a dog don't walk up to you and say, "Hey, you know I'm a dog, right?" If
True.
you heal, we know you heal. It's in your actions, it's in your speech, it's embedded in your behavior. And
Right.
Unfortunately, I was one of them dudes that, I was a menace. I heard a lot of people. I was young. I didn't know no better. That's not an excuse. I truly, most of the things
That's
I didn't
great.
know better. I didn't know to the degree of what I was hurting people. I didn't understand the gravity. I knew this was wrong. I knew it was effed up. But I didn't start understanding the gravity of my choices until I began to self-develop. Right? Because
Nix, listen what you saying. No, listen to what you're saying. If me, you, and CEO and Boogie just started telling women around me, I'm a good man, I'm a leader, you like, think about what you're saying. Most people wouldn't believe us if we led like that. You should be with me because I'm a good man, I'm a good leader. Women wouldn't listen to that. You know what I'm saying? And women need to submit to me. Like, literally, if you're saying that to your woman, you need to be with me because you got to submit to me. You need to be with me because I'm a good man, I'm a good leader. You get what I'm saying? We allow women to get away with those type of behaviors or those type of terminology, and they can just turn on a switch or turn it off whenever they want to. It's just like, if she don't want to be a wife in the first phase of her life, she don't have to. But then all of a sudden she'll put on a t-shirt, somebody's wife. You get what I'm saying?
See, that's the thing. She's still, and that's the problem. That's why a lot of marriages crash and burn, because just because you put a ring on her, that's the worst thing to marry a woman that ain't a wife, is the worst thing ever. You can put a wig on a pig and a coat on a goat, but it won't change the taste of a meat. You have to be a wife before you become a wife. That is in your behavior. Matter of fact, that's in your track record. Imagine a kid telling me, I want to go play D1 college, but you hanging with people that gang bang and participate in violence. If you want to be a pilot, you be like, nah, I ain't finna smoke this weed. I can't smoke weed. I'm going to be a pilot. Let's go rob this store. I can't rob a store with y'all because I'm going to be a pilot. See, these young women, grandmothers of the old school, you want to be a wife, you got to start telling these women, I can't do that. I can't be on Instagram showing my skin like this. I can't hang with you. I'm trying to be a wife. See, when a woman meets a man, she's interested in his future. So she want to predict his trajectory. What do you do for a living? So she can predict how their future gonna be. She's interested in, what will my future be like if I was with you? Men, when they meet a woman, they want to know, what is your past like? Because they have to be very careful. A thinking man has to be very careful of who he allows to be a part of his legacy, because they could very well destroy it and erode that legacy. So at the conception of the relationship, they both go ahead.
You just said something else, sis. I'm just listening to you. That's why I love it. You gotta prove it. A man has to prove it.
Absolutely.
You gotta show the money.
Woman doesn't have to prove it.
She just says
it. You just have to believe her. A man gotta prove it. Hey, what you drive? Where you work? Where you live? A woman I'm a God-fearing woman. I'm healed. I'm ready to be somebody's wife. Okay, prove it. Like, show me what you did and the work that you put in, and show me that you somebody's wife, that you can be a kept woman, that you this righteous woman, this angelic feminine woman. And that's the problem with relationships today, because they don't have to prove it. We have to always prove it.
Well, see, I blame the men at that, because if
you can't do that, sis. You can't do that.
But see, a thinking man, if you a thinking man, not every man is a thinking man. Some men can be easily ensnared by a woman's sexuality, but a thinking man, you can't ensnare him by your sexual. He's a thinking man, and he'll watch. Matter of fact, he ain't only listen to. I don't trust words. I don't even trust actions. You know what I trust, Ali? patterns.
Mhm.
I look at
Facts.
your pattern of behavior, and that's what we're gonna go off.
Right.
Like a credit score. I don't care what you say.
What species on Earth and what gender has this phenomenal power of having the ability to always change their mind?
Women.
So what we talking about, 6? They're not the same. They're not the same person. 3 days, 5 days, 6 days, 2 hours in a row. There's times you'll be like, yo, and you know it, smell the rose. I'd be like, oh shoot, here it come. Like all of us on the panel know how to adjust. When we see something coming, we go, woo, we gotta adjust to whatever this is today. Somebody woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about.
This is true, but it's true, but it's manageable. See, I don't want to conflate hyper ambivalence, because some women are hyper ambivalent.
Ambivalence. Oh my God.
They sway, they change emotions, right? And that can be disruptive to the relationship. But a woman has a propensity to be ambivalent anyway. But if it's done in small, if it's done fragmented, it's a man's job to help regulate that and just accept it. That's like buying a dog and be like, man, I hate this dog. It bark. Dogs bark sometimes. So wait, let me finish. Let me land real quick. This is what made me mad about men. Some of the shit that's just intrinsically encoded into women, some of it, y'all want to change it. You don't want a woman to be a woman, so you might as well go be with a man. Just like I don't want my dog to ever bark. From time to time, a dog gonna bark. From time to time, a fucking cow gonna move and a cat gonna meow to say, hey man, never do that. Then you don't want a dog or cat. I say the same thing when women complain about intrinsic behaviors of men. Like, that's just what a man gonna do sometimes. Complaining about that, you want to go be with a woman. So again, they have the propensity to be ambivalent. They have the propensity to vacillate. If it's manageable, you got to take that to the chin. That's just what women are. You take that one to the chin.
So we shouldn't hold each other accountable because we have some innate characteristics about each other. Or?
Absolutely. Under certain circumstances, let me be clear. Under certain circumstances, like I say, hyper ambivalence, it ain't gonna work because there's no foundation to create a happy, healthy, fruitful relationship. But some ambivalence, as long as it's not disruptive. You cannot be like, hey, I need to rid this whole spirit of ambivalence, this whole vacillating. They don't even know what they want to eat sometimes. And you know can run 1,000 restaurants. They'll say no to all. Say, you pick what you want. And then you pick something. They say, I don't really want that. You say, but you told me to pick it. This little things like that they have the propensity. It's encoded in their DNA.
It's manipulative. 6. You know what I keep saying? We respect our women more than we respect anybody else. Nobody can play with us the way our women play with us. Our women will respect everybody else more than they respect us. They won't play with everybody else like they play with us. So when we say she'll listen to her boss, she'll listen to a sergeant, she'll listen to a pastor, she'll listen to her girlfriends, she'll listen to her kids. Like, she don't play with people the way she play with her man, but the man won't let nobody play with him the way he let his woman play with him.
Well,
so
let me say, you're right.
Hold on, let me real quick. So why can't we say, oh, okay, let a man be a man now? If her mouth get crazy like that, then he has to control himself. Oh, he ain't got to control himself no more. The reason why women didn't play with men the way they play with them now, because you couldn't play with a man 50, 100 years ago, 50 to 100, going back forward. You say something crazy out your mouth and you act like a man, he was going to treat you just like that. In certain cities, they still got laws on what you do with a woman who's disobedient, and a woman who talk back, and a woman who acting like a Jezebel, or a woman who becoming a harlot. On what you would take it to there's laws still in certain cities where you could take the woman to the steps, and certain things can happen. So if we're gonna go use this, she's just a woman, then we need to push for a man being a man. And they're gonna be, oh, you asking the man to be crazy. You asking the man to be, no, I'm not. If a man can control himself with his lady, and he's reflective of his behaviors by not doing something he would do normally to somebody else when his lady does something, then a woman should be even more careful with the way she treats the person that loves her more than anybody else. She should have a lot of reservation. She should have a lot of patience. She should have a lot of understanding. She should be more loving. She should be more giving. She should be more supportive of this person that's inside of the house with her, more than what everybody else thinks about her outside of the house, more so than social media, more so than her girlfriends, more so than anybody else. You get what I'm saying? So what a man thinks should be more than what you think. You know what's bothersome to me more that I see? It's abundance of women who going under the knife. They getting BBLs, they doing stuff to their breasts, they doing stuff to their booty, they doing stuff to their face, they getting filters, they getting makeup. That's not what's gonna help you keep a man. All you got to do is work on your behaviors and work on the things that a man needs in order to be in a relationship. You work on everything else but what a man actually would like to benefit from, so you can compete with other women on who got a bigger breast and who got a bigger booty and who face look the prettiest, instead of which one of us got the most righteous man, the best man, the most supportive man, a loving man, a community man. They chopping themselves up, just competing with each other, not even having no men at all.
Well, let me say, you're right. You're absolutely right. But I don't want to conflate the women's propensity to be emotionally ambivalent with them leaning into their masculine, because we kind of conflated that when you say that, you know, the way they talk and become aggressive, then the man should be able to be a man and treat her like a man. That's something different from her being emotionally ambivalent and then leaning into her masculinity. That's something totally different. And I don't think any woman should put herself in a position to need a man's restraint from doing something physical to her. You can't just assume that every man under fire and under pressure is going to be like, but you a girl, so I'm going to let it slide. I would not tell my father of 3 beautiful daughters. I wouldn't even tell my daughters to do something like that for their sake and mine. I love my life. I want to be free. And if a man put his hands on you, then I'm not going to be free and he ain't going to be here. None of us win. So just certain things I wouldn't want you to, my children, as young lady, don't even put yourself in that position. But my daughter,
can I cut you off real quick?
Mm-hmm.
So that means if your daughter's disrespectful, if your daughter for the streets, she don't never deserve a husband again. If we're gonna say that this man has to get his life taken for putting his hands on a woman who's disobedient and completely dismissive and disrespectful to manhood, then this woman isn't deserving of a husband. She no longer. Nobody should give this woman support. Nobody should give this woman praise. Nobody should enable this woman. Nobody should. Your daughter. I'm saying our daughters. If we have these type of daughters, ain't nobody getting married. I should be the same. Hey man, you ain't nobody getting married to my daughter. If I'm that supportive of my daughter when a man put her hands on her, then I'd be that supportive of the man. If he's getting an unruly woman, hey, she ain't getting no marriage, she ain't getting no support, she ain't getting no protection from nobody. That's how we should be moving as well too, right?
I kind of
you don't hear no. Listen, walk with me though. We real quick to go save her, and I'm not.
I'm walking with you.
I'm not saying that we shouldn't do that. We should support our women, right? But if she's unruly. And I know this is my daughter. Hey, you ain't getting married to her. She ain't getting no husband. She ain't getting. You get what I'm saying?
I agree with you to a certain degree. So first of all, I'm not speaking on all women. I don't know who their fathers, their brothers are. So I'm not saying all men deserve to die if they put their hand on a woman. But you're gonna die. You put your hands on one of mine, and I'll go happily sit down. That's what's gonna happen. You will meet your ancestors. So you never have to worry about missing grandma no more. These are mine, and you will not put your hands on them. But I never advise my daughters or even raise them to put their hands on a man. Matter of fact, my first 2 children, a lot of times me and their mother, and this is my fault, I had kids young. I was a father before I was a man, so I didn't grow up in a household with them. My kids' mother didn't understand some of my teachings, and I used to tell her, I am teaching them how to be good wives. I want them to grow up and be a good woman so they can get a good man. So some of my techniques is grooming them to be a good woman, because every woman want a good man until it's time for her to be a good woman. Now, as far as
hold on, six. I'm trying to get you 6. What happens to a woman that violates your son?
In what way?
No, in the worst way. So what's the equivalent? Obviously, men and women, a woman can't beat up no man, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if a woman cheats on her man, if a woman sabotages her family, what's the consequences from a man? Like, we got all these consequences. Hey man, a man put his hands on my daughter, he leaving this earth. What's the consequences for a woman violating your son?
Well, that's why I said it. That's why I said in what way? Because if it's cheating, then cheating does not give you carte blanche to man or woman to react.
What do you think? What do you think is equivalent? So what would be equivalent would be her words, I would think, because a man putting his hands on a woman, it ain't the same as a woman putting her hands on a man, because she can't match him physically. But mothers and women can destroy men with their words. But cheating is another thing. If you cheat on a man and you violate him and shame him in front of all of society and cheating on a man is really emasculating him. This man ain't good enough. This man ain't up to par. You violated that man cheating, and you violate that man with your words. So what I'm asking, and this is just a conversation we having, just look at what's in society, how protective we are of our women when they're violated, versus the fact when the men are violated, ain't no fathers coming to address this woman, ain't no mothers coming to address this woman. What they go is, you know what? That's just a woman. She's emotional. She's chaotic. She's impulsive. She's unstable. And we just accept it as a society. But if a man does something, there's fathers coming to ride. Something happened to my daughter, men, uncles, brothers, we coming to ride for our sister, for our mother, that's what we still crash out.
Well, let me say this. I have to concede, you know, you do a good job most of the time. A lot of times bringing up a point or a POV
we never think about
that I never even thought about, right? And I'm smart enough. I have to concede because I have to ruminate on that, because I never even thought about the fact that there is no retribution for the reverse gender in that way. I never even thought about that aspect.
You made me think about it. When I talk to certain people, they make me think of the stuff you say, make me think like the stuff certain minds, even CEOs, Boogie can do it too. When we don't, it's not a lot of us don't have these conversations. And then a lot of us don't have these conversations and intentionally try to make it disingenuous as well too, and make it seem like we deliberately talking about violence or being demeaning towards women. We're talking about the fact that if you do something to women, there's a huge consequence that comes behind that is protecting women.
Right.
There's no consequence for protecting men.
But remember earlier when I opened my statement up and I said men and women live under two different sets of consequences. Remember I say a woman live under a different set. We are heavily scrutinized for and the more we talk, because I never even realized the other part, that women do get to use I'm healing as a passport for all the.
And God.
I never really I need to ruminate on that. I don't have a rebuttal. There's no way I can, in good faith, rebuttal that, because you're right, and I don't know. I don't know.
You can just tell your son to leave. That's the best you can do, because there's
that's right. But he's saying the balance
no
of the expectation of how we corral around women when they've been done wrong and say, hey, these are the set. You touch my daughter, you die. You do this. There's a set of consequences already embedded. But there's no consequences in reverse.
We had to jump the broom. Remember,
there will be for my son.
We had shotgun. Remember, there was shotgun weddings back then. You know what I'm saying? A father was like, "You gonna marry my daughter?" You know what I'm saying? But when the woman did something, hey man, you must not be man enough.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy? You just not man enough. She don't she ain't listening because she don't like you or respect you. That's it. But for the woman. And don't go, oh, he ain't like you and didn't respect you. It was what he do. Hey, y'all, line up everybody. Yo, we gonna go see this brother. We about to go see him. That's all. It's innate, but there's no protection again for the men and for the young men in society, for our sons. If somebody violate our sons, there's no protection for them. They just emasculate and go, they're not man enough. He wasn't man enough for me.
I think the only protection, just off the top of my head, the only protection is to preemptively teach our sons how to develop discernment to judge these women on their intangibles instead of the novelty of their looks, right? That's the only, off the top of my head, because a lot of times the things that I've heard men complain about from their women or their ex are things that pre-existed, things that if you had discernment, you would have picked up on, but you was led by your sexuality. And it was easy to ensnare you, and you overlook those things. Because a woman that's all about money, it's very hard for a woman to pretend to like you for you when she really like you for you. It's really hard to pull that off. Most men know she only here for my money. Matter of fact, I teach men, if you need money to get her, she ain't the one. And when you're pulling out money and trying to impress her, you need to be playing broke, trying to test her. That's what you need to be trying to do, to see how she would act if you never made another dollar, and this the lifestyle we was gonna live right here. We have to go to Applebee's for the rest of our life. Would you be happy? Because women, no matter what category, no matter how beautiful she is, tall, short, heavy, every woman has a man that they love enough that they would say, hey, if you never make another dollar, I'm rocking with you. We can live in the projects together. But if she don't, like, women make rules.
We got another problem.
They don't really like.
We got another problem.
They break the rules for men that they like.
You got a daughter?
Me? I have 3.
You gonna let any man marry her with no money?
I wouldn't want that for her.
That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't. Listen,
Six, we be saying about
look,
2 6.
listen.
Six, we be saying
Because I gotta be honest.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the daddies do it too. And my daughter ain't married nobody who can't take care of.
If I walk into these punches, I'm gonna be honest.
He said, I got 3.
I would not want that for her. Let me tell you what happened. When my daughter was about 18 or 19, I met one of her dudes. I was like, all right, come on, let's go to lunch. Brought him lunch. I said, what you do? Basically, he did nothing. He obfuscated and meandered. And then was like, but you know, I want to be a guard. I want to be a security guard. And I said, all right, well, why you not a security guard? Like, what's going on with that? And he's like, well, I need my birth certificate, and I ain't got that, and the social security card, and the guard card costs blah 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 blah. So I'm there irritated, right? My daughter 19, she's a baby. She don't understand what I understand, that if you tether yourself to him, however he go, eventually you gonna go. So I waited till he finished talking. I said, look, here, take my number down. This is what I'm gonna do for you. I'm going to send you the money for your birth certificate and your social security card and for your guard card license. You got 1 month to get it. If you don't get it, then we're going to have a different conversation. And then another thing he did, which I talked to my daughter separately, because my daughter checked him, but I gave me the look because that's my daughter. Like, she was kind of annoyed with me. I forgot what he said, but he cursed. Like, yeah, that shit. Woo, woo, woo. And I looked, I said, hey, man, what's your problem? Boy, don't cuss in front of me. And then she looked at him like, and said on her breath, I told him. But then I went hard on him. And then later she was like, Dad, you ain't. I said, nah, you don't understand. That nigga tried to test me. He did that, purposely used that tone and curse to see the type of man I was. He wanted to see just how involved I am with you and just how aggressive I am. Why would he think he could just cuss and use that? I know what he's doing because I was him. And I'm putting him in his place right now. And I told my daughter, if that dude don't have his guard card within a year, you should just...
But this
you need to disembark from this dude. Needless to say, didn't get his guard card, didn't end up with my daughter. They was done within a matter of months. But I was there to meet him and examine him. And like I told her, I'm not here to ruin your fun. And you think I'm trying to chase off every man. I told her, I don't have to like the men you with. My job ain't to like them. My job is to make sure they're going to do right by you. Your job is to like them. I'm going to examine their character and make sure they do right. I said, if you had a bank and it was your bank, and you hire your friend, your best friend, and you really love your best friend and been knowing your best friend for a long time, I said, would you disconnect your security cameras because your friend is working at the bank? She said, no. I said, why? She said, because it's still my bank and it's the security cameras. I said, then I don't care that you're 19. I'm your security cameras. You don't disconnect from me because you really love this guy or really like him or think he cute. I'm here to make sure he do right by you. And this guy seems desultory. And he got every excuse in the book. And when I said I'll pay for it, I could tell spiritually, instead of being like, oh shit, that's cool. He looked like, damn, I'm running out of excuses. So no, I would not want that for my daughter. But ultimately, because when my wife met me, I was nowhere near where I am financially. So I know that there's a chance when you meet young. When you meet young, you can't expect a 19-year-old boy to have the influence, power, resources, and finances of a 45-year-old man. It's just it's unrealistic. So you have to, Ali, can you agree? There has to be some type of buffer.
Yes, but I would be a father. I would be a father that would tell my daughter, man, you shouldn't be focusing on his money. You should focus on what type of man he is. That's what I would say.
Yeah,
because it be reflective.
Or not, you would identify the like what Six just did. He could obviously see that this man isn't going to be a man that can toe the line for years and years and years and years.
Yes, but the problem is, Smell the Roses, man will tell your son, you better like a woman who don't need your money, who wants you for your money, and then we'll turn right back to the daughter in the same house. He better have money. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's wrong.
True. But in that aspect, it wasn't about his money. It was about him being desultory.
No, I know. No. But what I'm saying is that we set up our sons just as bad. When we talking about, like, men will be like, man, she better submit and cooperate. I ain't never heard no man saying he gonna tell his daughter to tell her to submit and cooperate to the man. It ain't. It's about he better. My daughter gonna be with a man to take care of her. It ain't never about what she bought. I rarely hear a father say, man, my daughter gonna know how to cook. My
But
daughter
that's
know
what
how to
that's
cooperate.
what I'm trying to tell
My
you,
daughter gonna know how
Ali.
to love this man. He gonna know he gonna know how
That's
to
what I'm
value
trying to
this.
tell you.
I hear, hey, this man better take care of my daughter.
That's what I was trying to tell you. From the time they were children, I was grooming them to be good women. I was grooming them, and not just through my words and my actions, just the way they saw me treat my wife and my wife treat me. So they, as they get older and their frontal cortex develop, they can go, you know what? My dad had a pretty good life, and he was abundant. And every time I went around him and his wife, they was so. Then she's going to extract the common denominators. Well, how did his wife act? Well, she was soft spoken and she was attentive. Well, how did my dad act? Well, my dad was respectful and he was proactive. And then she begins to see how a happy, healthy, fruitful relationship looks from the inside out. There was times I made her wash the dishes and didn't use a dishwasher, and she'd have an attitude. And then her mama, even my wife, be like, "Why you didn't let her put in dish?" Because she need to know how to do this manually. What if the dishwasher is broke? She gonna tell her boyfriend or husband the dishes is piled up because the dishwasher is broke. I want her to know how to do these things. I was grooming her, contrary to what you saying.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Responsible wise, do you think when people look at your Instagram, do they see your wife taking care of you, or do they see you taking care of your wife? What do you think the perception would be?
They would see the percent. They would see that I'm taking care of my wife.
You get what I'm saying? And they'll probably make a back. They'll presume, oh man, he doing all this for her. He probably doing this and this. They don't see the thing where she's taking care of the household, where she's cooking for you.
Here's
you know,
the funny,
and
the
you don't.
funny thing that
Go
nobody. No, I've never said this. Not on my podcast. You watch my podcast. Not on any platform till right now. Right? Because I like to let people run with certain narratives or what. I don't care. I don't mind. That's between you and God. But
Right.
what people don't know is my wife is gainfully employed and she has her own money and makes a vital contribution still to our relationship, even with what all I do. So people assume like his wife don't do nothing and she just right there. No, my wife is the branch. My wife has her own, what I say, find a woman you don't have to take care of, then take care of her. The problem is these men are getting with women that are net negatives. They don't want to make a vital contribution to the success of their own relationship. And they accuse men of wanting mothers. Oh, you want somebody to be your mama. Well, you want to be taken care of lock, stock, and barrel and don't want no responsibilities. You want a father. That's a child. My daughter right there, I got to cook for her, do everything for her. These women grow up, become grown women, and want to result back to being a child looking for a father. So you don't want to do nothing. You treat a woman like a queen in this era, and she'll complain about the weight of the crown. You give her a big old house and she still won't clean it. She'll find somebody else to clean it. You give her children, you give her money, she'll find a nanny. So I gave you a big old house, but you don't want to keep it clean. I bought you a car, but you want a driver. You want a nanny for the kids. You want Postmates and you want a chef. You don't want to make no kind of contribution out of you want no responsibility. That's insane. And that's what we're seeing with a lot of women. So yes, from what you're saying, and that making me rethink how I curate my page too. People will assume that my wife don't do nothing.
Yeah, they assume that. They assume
that, but it's for me, and I don't even want to give that. I don't want to give that assumption, right? Because I'm here to teach. But I never. This is the first time I know people don't know that they just assume. But man, my wife makes a vital contribution. My wife got a check. I know what a check looked like. A check today when I checked the mail. I just went and sat on her desk. Boom. I see what she do with literally. Boom. I was like, okay, this is a check. We'll put it in her office. But she makes vital contribution. Like I do what I do because that's who I am as a man. That's what makes me feel manly and helps me fulfill my purpose. And what she does as a woman is embolden me. When the world beats me up and I leave these meetings and she like, how it going? I'm like, oh, they passed. When I come home, I don't got to worry about a house smelling stinky, a dirty house, a crying baby, her nagging at me, her trying to toil with me. The other day, she was running me bath water. I don't like too many baths like that, but I was like, my back is tight. Run me bath water, baby.
You mean you like the wash, you just don't like baths. People might take that the wrong way.
You see? No. I prefer a shower.
It's not like you ain't what? Like you was like, I don't like the wash.
No, I was like, I don't like that. I just don't like to be in that. I feel a little claustrophobic. I have a nice sized tub, but just sitting down
in your dirt.
It's just something about me, and I'm not saying it ain't manly, but I was telling my clients today, barbers are going crazy, man. They put the stuff on my face and massage it. I don't want all that. Like, can you cut my hair and go? Like, this ain't a beauty salon. I don't want all that. And they was like, but it's part of the service. I had to tell my
They trying to
barber,
get that $100.
When does that change? Y'all know what? I can still remember the day where I was watching cartoons and I'll see my dad watch the news. I'm like, man, how could they ever watch serious stuff? Cartoons are too good. You know what I'm saying? And I can remember the day when I was like, how do people take showers? I love a bath. Now I see how you watch real world events, reality TV versus the cartoons, and now you rather take a shower than a bath. But I wonder how we get to that perspective, because I can remember to this day, I was watching my dad watching news and like reality, like real TV about what's happening in the world. And I'm like, I mean, I can remember to this day because I made a contract with myself. I'm always going to watch cartoons. I ain't going to watch none of this stuff. You get what I'm saying? So
no, I did the same thing.
Oh, you did the same thing?
The KFWB News 98. I remember that's one of the
maybe you need to watch news.
Few memories, and I'll be like, he be listening. And I grew up, and I'd be damn if I didn't start to mimic that and understand the type of man that he was.
Crazy.
He wanted to be informed. But I built the bathtub for her. Women like to soak, so I rarely use it. But my back was tight. The point was,
I love a hot bath. I love.
She does too. But when my back was tight, I got out feeling light. But the point is,
a little Epsom salt, a little lavender.
She put all that in my water, and I'd be like, "You don't have to do all that." And she'd be like, "Trust me, just sit."
Oil.
It ain't enough time, man. I don't know how you got time to take a bath. Ain't enough time with the kids and stuff. Ain't enough time to take no bath, man.
Usually it's at the very end of the day, and I'm done with everything. But the way she fills me up is not the way I feel her up, and I think that's what will get lost in these modern day relationships. You looking for this man to do what your homegirls are supposed to do. They're gonna go to the beauty shop and go to the mall with you. You can't say, "Oh, we don't spend time." You got to spend time the way he like to spend time too, and speak his love language. You got to fill him up if he's responsible for the trajectory of the house. And like you like to say, Ali, institute order, structure, and production. You have to fill him up. But the way I don't need my wife to buy me like Valentine's Day and stuff like that. When it comes, literally, I don't tell her this. But in my head, I'd be like, man, I hope she don't go buy me nothing too crazy. Because I don't really need it. But when she do, I know it's just part of her repaying me for what I do. But I don't need that. Like, all right.
Now, Ali, you better give me a Christmas present, birthday present, and a Valentine.
So let me say this, Ali.
That ain't in 2026. That ain't working no more. I did that.
Let me say this.
He said Valentine's Day.
Let me say this.
Valentine.
Let me say this, Ali. Let me say this. I didn't say don't give me nothing. I said don't give me nothing crazy. Like don't go spend 3 bands on me. On what? Because I have not like that, but I have another watch, right?
Right.
Another ring, right? And I get it. This part of her love, like, hey, I'm gonna spoil, but that's not. I don't need that as a man. You can get the handbag and all that. Just when I need, just keep doing what you've been doing. You, hey, man, it's been 2 days. Hey,
would you take the 3,000 in your brokerage account though? If she just say, hey, I bought you some.
Why not? No, but six. This is what's messing us up. Six. We done got in a generation where men are expecting the bare minimum because we thought like that. Our fathers thought like that. Our uncles thought like that. Now you just be like, hey, yo, what you be doing? Yo, I take care of my woman. I be holding her down. Yo, I do everything. What she do for you? Yo, she changed the ink in the printer cartridge. She changed the printer cartridge. Like it's like bare minimum we expecting now, to where it's almost like we set up the women to give us bare minimum too, because men bragging about how much they do for their woman, and they get to brag about, hey, yo, look, my woman ain't got, she get her nails done, her feet done. I take care of it. She ain't got to cook. Like that's how men mentality is now. The flex is being able to let your woman have the leisure life.
I want to interject on that, Ali. Hold on, please. Certain types of women, but not all women. When you guys are doing whatever y'all doing, some of us actually pay attention to the detail of what you're doing. So let me give an example. The father of my children, I know he be working on cars and he be doing his thing. I got him a brand new Milwaukee tool set, and I got him the bench and everything because I knew that was going to help him out. Or for example, I know that he was looking at these rims or whatever for his Cadillac Escalade. So I had saved up my money and paid for the rims because I saw that he was looking at those. you know, or paying attention to the fact that he wanted some brand new clippers. So I called my brother and I was like, hey, where do you get some good clippers? He said, you always go to the actual barber shop to get some good clippers. Don't never go to like no regular store like Target and Walmart. Like that's that cheap stuff. You want the stuff that costs money. You got to go to a real barber shop to get some real clippers from. Because you know, if the clippers and the blade on there is bad, you're gonna mess his skin up. You know, so I went out my way to go do that. Or paying attention to the fact that he kept looking for the Back for Blood game, Back for Blood game for the PS5 when that first dropped. I waited in line at Best Buy for a minute for that, but I knew that that's what he wanted. So saying that women get the bare minimum gifts, I don't think that's true. I think a woman that really love and care about you, she's gonna pay attention to what you say, pay attention to what you do. And I know that his favorite thing for me to do was just to be around. You know, his number one thing, because I knew that when he would tell me about his personal life and his family, like he felt like didn't nobody want to be up around him. That I feel like as a woman, even if I'm not talking, I know you need somebody just to sit next to you. You just need to know that I want to be around you. You just need to know that I love you.
So what I say different than what you said, like especially when you know the conversation and you know the way the women moving today. I know that. So what would make you think I was talking about all women?
Oh, I said some. Not
No,
all.
you said not all women, Ali, and I don't never talk in alls. I know. So my lady will say she don't want nothing for Valentine's, but she'll turn right back around and drop 500, 1,000 on me as well too. But most women expect the maximum for the bare minimum. I would never say all. So, and if we know we have, and if you know, Savage, especially when you speak on your experience of women, you should know that I wasn't talking about all. And I know there's a six wife probably is like that. You probably like that. Rose is like that. But the majority of women bring bare minimum to the relationship where they're asking the maximum from a man. And when it doesn't reciprocate, instead of responding back to the man and giving him the things that he needs or what he's asking for, they'll play the victim and shut down. So I wasn't speaking about all women.
I don't think I said you. I think I just said in general, like not all women think like this, but some. I don't think I put any reference to you on that, Ali.
No, you said Ali, not all. You said not all women, Ali.
Oh, I mean, like I was calling your name to get your attention, but I was saying in general within my statement. I wasn't saying you said. Do you understand?
Of course, but nobody would disagree with that.
No,
Ali,
so let me say this. You're right, Ali. Again, most women in this era, because I ain't even gonna say this age category, because you got some women in their late 30s, early 40s that still act infantile. But in this era, most women are solipsistic, and they want it. It's all about them and what they can get out of a man. The example I was given is just to speak to the crux of my manhood. I don't need gifts necessarily. Give me something, go ahead, but I'm not like, yo, what this finna be? I'm more like, my house is clean. When I leave the gym and you know I'm finna do a leg day, you are already saying what you want to eat. When it's been 2 days, you like, yo, you know, let me come here before you leave the house. Like, those are the things I need. I don't need gifts and I don't need material things. Today I was late picking up my daughter. I was like 45 minutes late and she had to go to the office. And when I got there, she just gave me a kiss and was like, oh, your barber did a nice job on your beard, and got in her car and rolled off. She didn't give me an attitude and be like, man, you know I got 15 people crew today. Why you 45 minutes late? You know it's going to take me an hour to get from the meeting point to right there, and I'm going to be at work at 3 o'clock. Gonna have to come. She didn't say none of that. Didn't give me that's my gift. Every day I was late.
Well,
You didn't give me an attitude. I didn't feel negative energy, because we talked about it early, energy. So you can still have never said why you late, but you could feel the energy. No energy. She was still simpatico and amiable and loving. And I put my baby in the car. That's a gift for me. I don't need the material thing. I'm a guy. Sure, buy me for Valentine's Day. She was like, I seen you been wearing you in your silk pajama mode. So I got you some Skims. And I was like, all right, that's cool. Because like he said, I'd rather you take that money, put it in the savings, or do something, get it pregnant in some way. Don't go spend 3, 4, 5,000, because it's just another piece of thing for me. My wife is kind of the same way, so to speak. But again, that's my love language. And she's
how much you spend on her?
well,
Hold on, real quick, Savage. How much you spend on her? Look how you getting. Look how you getting.
Wait. So
look at you. You like you talking about sex?
This Valentine's
Come on,
Day,
man.
This Valentine's Day, you see the video. I got her this big old beautiful arrangement. I just left a trail of $1,500, a trail leading up to the roses, right? Because this was our 20th Valentine's Day together. Our 20th anniversary is next month. But I was like, you know what? After 20 years, let me just say this. It feels good to be with a woman that just wants you.
Yes.
She just wants you. Like, she literally just want you. Like, that's cool. Thank you. I love it. But she just, even when I was in my heyday and I was wretched, not ratchet, wretched, it was just her, and I didn't realize it because I was immature and infantile. Like, her complaining about not spending time. Do you know how much of a compliment that is? Like, I'm complaining that I love you. I want to be around you. I'm mad and upset that you're not allowing me to be around. I like you that much that I want to be around you. You ain't got to go. No, we can run errands together. I like you so much that I just want to be in your energy. I want to be in your orbit. And I didn't understand that at the early phases of our relationships. I was just like, damn, bro, like, I just saw you 5 days ago. And this is when we first got together. But as I matured as a man, I'm like, when a woman is into you, you don't got to take her to Steak 48, Papi Chulo. Y'all can run errands and she'll be content. So on the 20 years later, I've gifted my wife $50,000 cash, $20,000 cash. She ain't bought her own car since 2005. And ever since then, she been riding luxury. I bought every car she ever had. It becomes mundane. Because when all that shit is over with, all that is left is you guys' character and the love and care you have for one another. So this Valentine's Day, I was going, how can I top everything I've done? I was like, really nothing, because it's really, she'll like it, but it won't move the needle because all she wants is you. So I took her to a place I know that she really liked that we ain't been in a really long time, but I did set up some flowers and I did give her some cash because I want her to spend that money. Our anniversary is coming up, guys, and I'm taking her to 2 different countries. You know, it's the 20th. And I'm like, maybe she can buy her something to wear with that, right? Maybe we could buy. But I told her 2 days before Valentine's Day, oh, I'm going to be late. I got to stop at the brake shop. They got to just fix my brakes right now. And it's squeaking too much. She was like, okay, you want me to send you the money for the brakes? And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, I was at the bank. I'm a deposit. I was like, yeah. And I changed the subject. But before we got out, she was like, the money. I was like, put it in the bank or something. I was like, thank you. I appreciate you trying to show me you down for me and whatever. But I'm okay. Like, I'm finna.
Sis, who hurt you?
Me? I hurt me.
We only
No.
do that.
I'm being funny. No, I'm being funny. Six, you remind me of how I used to feel when a woman would want to do things for me until I grew all the way into it, because it was hard to trust it. Because most times when women were trying to do something for you, they typically wanted something behind it. And it seems like you. I'm not saying you still carrying it, but I know that's how I used to feel. Like when a woman would do something like that. I'm not talking about the regular thing. She do something, I'm like, man. I was like, yo, what's this? Because you just not used to women going out their way like that, the way she did for you. So that's why I asked you that. And I'm being funny. Because
no, but you were right, semi. When we first got, this is how she ended up my main. And she'll tell you, when I got with her, they was in heavy rotation. But she ended up being my first birthday with her.
No, but hold on, let me land real quick though. Do you think a lot of men are afraid of allowing women to even get that close, because most of the time they will get compromised and hurt because of that? That's why a lot of men are so addicted about bragging about what they do for their woman, but they don't really want their woman to do that much, so they don't ever get disappointed. You know
Absolutely. In the beginning, that was the case, but she proved, because I had never had nobody do all that for my birthday, and I was like, damn, she really liked me. Like, I was like, wow, okay.
She's spending money. That's the rule we made. If a woman don't spend money on you, you don't like you.
Man, she took me.
Yeah, but Ali, if I can say something, actually, women know that so many women don't spend money on men. So what they do, they use it as a setup. So she knows if she spends $2,000 on you, she knows you're gonna try to.
But he's married. But Boogie, he's married.
I'm not talking about this. I'm just saying.
But he's right. He's right.
I'm saying
he's right. I agree. He's right too.
That's what women do. She's gonna spend $1,000 on you.
That's still rare. Hold on. Before we say that, hey, no. Even when women, that's still rare for a woman. Like today's time, it's still rare for a woman to come out her pocket to want to spend.
She will, even if she knows you got it, because she's baiting you. Because she knows you gotta do 5 times what she did for you.
I'm not disagreeing.
There are women.
There's women who will do that, but most women are not going to do that. Are not coming out their pocket. It's you supposed to spend on the date. You supposed to spend when y'all go somewhere. It's very rare a woman go, hey Boogie, here's $20 for you to go get a haircut. A6, hey, I just bought you these shoes. I knew you he keeping your eyes on it. I knew you. You know, it's very rare for women to do stuff, and that's a special most of the time. Versus the women you saying manipulate, I think most time when a woman is going out her way to spend money on you because it's so rare, I think it's genuine because it's rare for women to use it as a finesse. Women do use it as a finesse, but if women are coming out their pocket, typically she genuinely likes you most of the time.
Well, I teach men like, yo, if she not spending money on you, she don't like. Women have money too. I don't know why people don't. What y'all think they paying their bills with?
I know it's $45 now, Tio.
They have money. Here's what I was trying to get you to understand, Ali and Boogie. When you reach a certain state of manhood, I don't need the gifts. I'm not afraid of her hurting me at the 20s. There's nothing that she can. I wouldn't have married her. I've already seen. You supposed to wait. Marry a woman when you see her 4 seasons. When you see how she act when you have nothing. See how she act when you hurt her. See how she acts when everything is going good, and see how she acts when y'all have nothing. This gives you an ideal of who she is. And if you can accept all these things, like when I hurt her, the worst I could hurt her, I had to see, this wasn't intentional, right? It was an unintentional litmus test. But when I seen the raft, like now what your raft about to be, when I seen the raft of the worst thing I can do and the raft I had to face and what that consequences was, I was like, I could marry this. She's a wife. Because I could deal with this. When I didn't have anything, she never emasculated me. She never was like, yo, you know, I'm paying for everything. You know, you need to hurry up. This stuff better hurry up and take off. She never did none of that stuff. And everything I'm doing for her is everything I promised. But what I'm trying to say is where I'm at in my manhood, I like other things, the things that count. You don't stress me. So I wasn't even speeding to her. I was, you know, trying to hurry up because I didn't want her to be late. But I wasn't like, man, I got to hear her mouth. And now when she get home tonight, she going to be even mad. She was cool. That's what
But do you think you should practice on accepting it? Because what's the reason of not accepting it? 6?
No, I accept everything.
You get what get what I'm saying? Like about, you know, like even us going like taking the time to go. Like I still do it. I'm trying to get used to receiving as well too, because my woman is genuinely giving as well too. But I got to get used to not saying like I don't need that. I should go, hey man, thank you so much. Thank you so much for demonstrating your value.
If she buy me, what was just past Christmas? She bought me some fly ass shit. I like to get dressed. She bought me some fly shit. She was like, yeah, I went and checked your side. But I want head without having to ask. I want nasty sex. I want my house. I want the other day I checked the camera and she was pulling the weeds up in the front yard, even though I usually do it. And I was like, oh, she pulling the weeds up for me because we was about to have a game night. And that's one of the things I have to do. Like I'm a damn janitor. I go around and have to fix things. It's a relationship. My responsibility different from hers. Like if the trash chute that you pull out is wobbly, I gotta fix it. Like I just go like, all right, and I'll pick a day. I gotta fix the wobbly trash chute. My daughter wrote in crayon on the wall over here. I gotta go paint that crayon. I don't need
Versace. But why can't she?
My husband would say the exact same.
Why can't she still just for you? Like I believe, I believe it's our job. It's our job.
Because that's an easier thing, Ali. It's easier for us to go shopping and buy something.
But look, what I view as spoil me with understanding.
Right, but that's not sick. It's our job. It's our job. It's our job to serve a woman, no matter what. Right? It's our job to serve a woman. But it's her job to try to outserve us.
Right, but this is what I'm trying to say. I don't value another Versace robe as much as I value you knowing when to be quiet, knowing when to top me off, knowing when to be like, hey, tonight is the night we going all out. I value that. I value when I make a mistake, you don't rub it in my face. I value why is you laughing, Smell a Rose? What did you laugh? She's funny.
Because you sound just like my husband. You sound just like my
husband.
This
is what I value. What do I need another? And listen, Ali, we're in the same household, right? So, and this is a different topic, but
I same way. Most men are like how you saying. Most men are like that.
Because we're in the same household, it's all the same money anyway.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say to the chat.
It's all the same money.
What does it matter? Because it's going back to your pot.
It's
So
right. It's all the
not
same.
really
So
like you're giving anything.
Yeah, but I'm not.
away.
I think what we do. I think we accidentally confuse our women to do less by accident. When you're like, I don't need that, and she go, well, if he didn't need that, then maybe he might not need this, and she doesn't intentionally mean to not to do less. But sometimes some of our women, we can confuse them by going, I don't need you to do this. I don't need that extra. I don't need you to spoil me. So one day she might be like, just like when you say it for women, oh, I don't feel like cooking today. You might give her the liberty now, be like, well, whenever I don't want to cook, I just don't want to cook for him. Instead of be like, yo, to show him that I always love him, I'm always gonna put a plate on the table for him. I'm gonna take care of him. And I'm not saying that's what happens in your household. I think women who are responsible and mature wouldn't do that. But I think we can end up confusing a woman when we go, I don't need that. I don't need you to do this. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Well,
that's
I
why I
wanted to
said
tou-
if you pay attention in the beginning.
Go
I
ahead,
said,
Savage. Right
I
after
didn't-
Six. Go ahead, Savage.
I said I didn't
Savage.
say this to her because I know her part of her love language is quality time and actually acts of service. Like when I learned again, as I evolved as a man, it made me embarrassed early on in the relationship because a lot of things, like what you're saying, I would reject them, and I didn't realize that's a part of her love, and I was rejecting her love. Like when I'm like, nah.
Right.
So I didn't say it. I just be hoping like, because I don't need. I love it, cool, but it's just another thing, Ali, and shit is just shit, right? Excuse my language, but it's just things, and things can make you happy, but they cannot keep you happy. Only thing that sustains you is walking in your purpose and having fruitful relationships with the people you love and adore the most. That's what sustains happiness. So yes, things can make you happy, but they cannot keep you happy. The love from things is ephemeral, but the love from walking in your purpose and having a happy, healthy, fruitful relationship is infinite. So for me, spoiled looks different for me. So when you say you don't want to spoil you, I am spoiled. I'm never sexually frustrated. I have help in every aspect if I need it. Like that's what I want. That's what I cherish most. That's what I value most, especially at this phase. Again, okay, I love it. Another Gucci glasses. Wow, my 10th pair. Cool. I love it. I do love it, but it's
I got my
unnecessary.
husband a wallet.
That money could have stayed at the house because we want to buy a fucking parking lot.
Right.
So I don't necessarily need, that's not what I yearn for. And smell the rose, understand, I don't need it. Every day my life is good. We don't even argue, especially after 20 years, nothing to argue about. But that's what I respect. Like I hear a lot of men complain about being single, even in relationships, they complain about this, that, and the third. We don't have a fight. We don't argue. She's never, short story. I remember one time, and this was before we was married.
Hold on real quick.
I went through her phone.
Savage.
This is how I knew she was a wife. And I never had this problem. I went through her phone in the middle of the night. And this conversation kind of started out of nowhere. Like the way it started, it seemed like it started somewhere else and ended up on this phone. And it was no name save. It was just a number. And it was like, yeah, just so you know, your nigga got me pregnant. And here go hey, babes, hey, everybody, that's Brixton. Your nigga got me pregnant. And then my wife, she wasn't my wife at the time, but we was like 6 years in. She's like, why are you telling me? And she was like, well, I just want you to know that I'm pregnant and here go the ultrasound and blah, 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 blah. And then my wife was like, that's something you should tell him. Congratulations. And she was like, that's between y'all. Clearly, you know, he's a good father, so your child to be taken care of, but I don't think that you should be telling me. And the girl is steady trying to indulge in provocation. Now, here's the kicker. When I read this message, it was probably like November when I'm reading this. But these messages took place probably in like February. She never even brought this shit to, when I was like, she never even brought this to me. I could never, to most women at least address it. There's a woman saying, first of all, I know I ain't had nobody pregnant. Like that, that's a different story. So I was just like, who the F is this? But the fact, I was like, I never knew this conversation she never had an attitude, never brought it to me, never. So spoiled for me is don't be influenced by the village. Don't never let another woman or another man, another nobody come tell you nothing about me and you bring it in this household, and now it has to be the topic of discussion. That's spoiled. Spoiled is you know what I like, love, and adore, and you know when I want to go out, and I just, hey, I'm finna just go out, I'm finna dip. I've been working hard. Don't call me, don't bother me, don't ask me where I've been, don't do nothing. When I get home, it's like, hey, you need anything? That's spoiled. That's for me, that's spoiled. To let me lead you
That's trust, bro.
properly, that's spoiled. Yeah, it is trust, a tremendous, and it's sometimes it's scary because when you had complete trust. We was just now on a come up, and she came home one day. I cleaned the whole house. It took 3.5 hours, and I said to myself, I said, damn, this shit took all day. I said, I can't keep cleaning this house. I cannot. I said, when she get home, I'm gonna tell her I ain't cleaning up no more. But see, my woman's a black woman, so I said, this shit might go crazy. It might not go good. So when she got home, true story. This is before we, right? This is the catalyst to how we living now. She got home from work. I said, babe, when you decompress, I want to talk to you. She said, everything cool? I said, yeah, I just want to talk. And I asked her, I said, hey, when we got ready to talk, I said, let me ask you a question. I said, if you had a machine gun, would you take the tip of your machine gun, stick it in some peanut butter, and then spread it on bread? And she said, what? I said, would you use your machine gun, stick the tip of it in a jar of peanut butter, and then use that machine gun to spread it on the bread? And she kind of looked perplexed and was like, no. I said, what would you use to spread peanut butter on the bread? She was like, a knife. I said, okay, my mind is a machine gun. I'm spending 3-4 hours on Fabuloso and Ajax. If I didn't have to clean this house, I can think us up out of poverty. I can get us to a point where we're in abundance. You use my mind for what it's for. And I know we're supposed to have an equal responsibility to the house, and I'm trying to be a good boyfriend. But this is literally counterintuitive and counterproductive for what I am. I have a mind. I said, if you allow me to not clean the house, don't worry about where my shoes is. You come home, the dishes, just don't even give me attitude. If you give me 8 months, I'll be able to get a housekeeper to at least come and help you once a month. In about a year, twice a month. 3 years, 4 years, don't even worry about it. But I don't want to clean this house no more. And then my wife looked at me and was like, okay. And I was like, oh shit, that was easy. And then she kissed me and walked off. And then shortly after, I was like, oh shit, that I have to deliver. She
Yeah.
capitulated to. I have to actually deliver now. That was easy. I have to get on my grind because I made her a promise, and she's about to hold up her end of the deal preemptively. But because I never had to clean the house, and she never gave me an attitude, or like, because sometimes women, you always hear me say this, Ali, don't do it begrudgingly. And I talk about this because a man can be the greatest man depending on the woman he tether himself to. That is his biggest downfall. Who you choose as a mate affects your life far greater than who your parents was. You are only a child all of but 15 years. You're going to be an adult, if you're lucky, 5 times longer than you a child. So even if you had the worst parents on earth, who you choose as a mate is going to far impact the quality of your life than who your parents are. Because I didn't never have to worry about Fabuloso, washing clothes, none of that. I was able to start to self-develop, get my mind right, understand money and the energy of that, because success is an algorithm, and the universe is not moral, it's magnetic. So a good person got money, bad person got it. Don't have nothing to do with being good or who pray the most. The universe is magnetic, not moral. But I was able to learn these things and do everything I said because I had a good role mate. A lot of women looking for a damn soulmate, but you're not even a good role mate first. She was a good role mate first, and we was able to do this thing together. So this is why I give her all the love. Look, I'm a stay-at-home dad too. I'm here with my baby, and she'll come home and won't be like, why you didn't bathe her? She'll just bathe her and won't do it begrudgingly. So for me, Ali, because we cohabitate and we've been together 20 years and lived together 19 of those 20. So for 19 years straight, we've lived together, and we've been together 20 years straight. We've never broken up, not even for a day. 20 consecutive years. Every day I wake up and I've been blessed to have my friend here. But the point I'm making as a man, where I'm at now in my life, just you being cooperative, you being soft-spoken, you not, if something go wrong, an investment don't turn out right the first time around, you're not worried, you don't stress me, you don't have me out here sexually frustrated, You not worried calling me 100 times. If I come home at 3 a.m., I'm telling you, I'm dipping out. Like I've been working hard. I'm gonna go up for air. You like, all right, babe, do your thing. To me, I'd rather have that day-to-day kind of tacit understanding and that kind of love than an insignificant gift on a Christmas after you've been stressing me out all fucking year long. You want to buy me some Gucci shoes? No, I don't. I'd rather not. I'd rather us have a beautiful relationship. What is this a token of? So for me, that's all I'm saying. At this point in my manhood, tangible things, they're cool, but I have enough tangible things. I appreciate her attitude and her spirit and her femininity more than anything, and she give me that day to day, not just on Valentine's Day, not just on Christmas, not just on Father's Day. You get what I'm saying? That's what I appreciate most and more. That's what I value. Do I like things? Yeah, I like, but I have things. That's just shit. And at my age, at our age, Ali, your friends don't care what kind of clothes you wearing. They just care if you show up to their birthday party and they special events and don't be stinky. So why blow all this money on designer shit for no? And then black people got to get out of that habit. Buying designer stuff is not an accomplishment. But designer clothes ain't an accomplishment. That's not an accomplishment. You get what I'm saying? Especially our relationship, speaking personally now, she know I'm trying to acquire a couple of more businesses. So I was just like, I hope. But again, like you said, I don't want to be like, babe, don't buy. But I was like, man, I hope she don't do nothing too crazy for me because I really don't need it. We got a 20-year anniversary coming up anyway. So if you do something crazy now, you're going to do something crazy then. And then I'm thinking as a man, like, yo, that's 10 or 12 bands that could have went to getting pregnant instead of on proving your love, but you prove that every day. And I don't love things, so giving things don't move the meter. It don't really move the meter that much as you not being mad because I'm picking my baby up late, or you keeping the house clean still. If I be like, oh, Roxana forgot to come, but I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have guys over and you clean up, or I'm like, babe, I'm hungry, and it's like 1 a.m. Would you rather your girl cook for you at 1 a.m. or any time you hungry, Ali, just like and do it with glee? Or would you rather her not but buy you a gift for Valentine's Day? Like, no, I'm gonna get you a good gift, but look, I ain't gonna be cooking for you, and you know, I don't feel like having sex, and if I do, I'm gonna show you I don't feel like wouldn't you rather just have a woman that's simpatico and amiable all year long than the one that you have to toil with, that's onerous and arduous, and then she give you a damn gift, a $3,000 gift after she done stressed you out all year? You like, cool, let me put this watch on and see how long before you stress me out again.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. So the gifts is cool, but I'm a guy. I don't when you cut my hair, you don't got to spray me and massage my face. You don't got to run me back. I don't want to soak in the tub. Like, do me other stuff. I value other stuff. I value other. You can rub my feet. If I've been working on a house or up on the roof, or I had to run. Like, you can do stuff like that. But what I'm gonna do with more things? Decorate my body with more jewelry, and like that's, to me, that's kind of feminine. I'm not saying don't wear a nice watch or a nice shop, but it's like, why do I need those things? Everybody already likes me. I don't have to show my best. She likes me for my humanness.
I bought my husband a Go-Yard wallet.
Just your mistakes, your shitty attitude. Oh, I said that wrong. I wasn't.
He didn't want it.
2,000 years later.
Opulent, man. Come on, man.
I can't hear you.
That was a 20-minute monologue, bro.
No, you great. Hold on real quick. Just refresh. Just refresh. Yeah.
Oh man. Get your mans, Ali.
Y'all got any last words? Y'all got 20 minutes apiece if you like the
Nah, I'm gonna just take a second, man. I'll take the midnight peanut butter and jelly sandwich over the Valentine's Day gift.
I'll take the midnight peanut butter jelly sandwich over the nighttime gift as well too. Anybody would, man.
That should be a topic, Ali.
The midnight
Valentine's Day gift.
Literally the PB&J, or does PB&J equal sloppy
Any
top.
type, any type of food. No,
Oh,
food,
okay.
food. That sloppy
So-
toppy got to be there too.
That should
But
be the
like,
topic. Which one is more important?
Hold on
Because there
real
are
quick,
women
y'all.
that give gifts, but they're gonna give you hell all year long. They ain't gonna be as
That's true.
cooperative.
It's time for some super chats.
Let me see. My brother, no. I think we were right here. My brother Raheem Blake TV with a $2 super chat. Peace, Mrs. Rose. Are you no longer on SBC? You are missed.
I miss
What's
y'all
that?
too. I miss.
Are you
I don't
still
know
on there?
I don't know what's going on. I asked to be on every other weekend, and then the invites just stopped coming. So it's not that I am mad at them or fell out with them. I'm not pulling an HQ. I just haven't got the invitation. But I still love Mr. Walker and Mr. Gavin X. There's, I don't know. Maybe I'll get an invite sometime soon. But I appreciate the support.
And then my brother Soul Soldier with a $20 super chat. As a veteran with PTSD, healing can be a long life journey, and you may never be truly healed, but with hard work, you do a little better every year. It's like having diabetes. You can't cure it, only manage it. And that's all I'm saying. It ultimately, I'm not saying this is the thing. I'm not saying there's people who have harder lives than other people. No one taking away from that. But I don't think for most people life is easy. So it becomes a choice on how you manage and regulate yourself in the midst of the things we encounter. And a lot of times, I'm not saying people make an excuse. They may endure. It may be more problematic to that person. It may be more heartbreaking to the next person. But if you know how you shouldn't be treated, the healing should involve you mistreating other people. That's all I'm saying. When the people are saying they're healing, I understand if you're trying to overcome something bad that you encountered, but a lot of times when people say they're healing, they're still disrespectful. They're still doing something that's detrimental to another person, and they're taking away from another person, whether it's not being responsible for the person or even being accountable for their actions. Because I'm gonna tell you this: on top of these people that keep saying they're healing, I never heard them people say they wrong, and I never heard them people say I'm sorry. And y'all know what people I'm talking about. It's very rare to hear I'm sorry and I'm wrong from the people who say they're healing. But God bless the people who are actually healing, and God bless the people who are intentional. And let's say we don't conflate the difference between someone who's trying to overcome something wrong they went through versus you trying to overcome supposedly something wrong you're going through while you're doing wrong to other people. That's the part that it bothers me when you're asking something from people that you can't give back to them, and you respond by saying you healing. My brother,
Salute to the veterans. So he was a veteran. So
yeah, my brother, the real Black Lexicon with a $10 super chat. Ali, this panel tonight has been business. This is ultra rare to see. Square business. This is ultra rare to see. Much love to you, my brother. I appreciate it.
We just got $10, kinfolk. You know what that means, right? We back on our feet again. I ain't gonna hold you. Support the healing people.
And my brother T.O. with a $10 super chat. Damn, I never heard Six say, I don't know. Maybe Six is healing. Oh, snap. And then my brother Lido, my amigo with the $5 super chat. When a man doesn't do a manly duty, he's considered lazy. Like if she cut grass and have a man, he's labeled sorry. What makes a woman sorry? Can anybody answer that?
A sorry woman is an insufficient woman. A woman who can't get things done, but one that relies on everything else to get it done for her. So I would say, yeah, just a woman that lacks being sufficient.
How about you, Smell the Roses and CEO?
The same. Like, she's not cooking, she's not cleaning. She can't be emotionally available for you when you need her to be. She's, only thinking about herself, like self-indulgent, selfish.
Yeah, one word, selfish.
Yep, disrespectful and selfish.
Yeah.
Okay. And then let me see. The postman been a member for 6 months. The rose bush is growing ever so nicely over here. I don't know what. Oh, the rose.
Because I call it the rose garden when they're with me in my lives.
Okay.
It's rose garden. Yeah.
And then my brother Petty Sama, I hope I'm saying it right, gifted us with 6 memberships, man. I truly appreciate that, my brother. Much appreciation to you. And then my brother 30K gifted Roses and Ali a membership as well too. I truly appreciate it as well too.
That track took over the world for a little bit, right? Remember when that took over the world?
Yo, the live version, that right there sounds more loud than the radio. Oh my God. Like I could, like if I heard that. That's so fire. That song was fire. Like music is just declining. And it's because the music, I think, and I'm not gonna take away from people. I think the more in tune with life we are, the more passionate we are, the more loving, the more connected we are, I think the better music people will put out. Versus the fact that when we completely disconnected from the human experience and we being so programmed and engineered, it's like people just put out anything now. Like when I was growing up and I heard Whitney Houston mouth open, I said, oh, God made her. You know what I'm saying? Can't everybody do what she just did? Can't everybody do what Luther Vandross did? Can everybody do what Marvin did? Can't everybody do what Pac did? Can't everybody do what just Biggie. You know, like, and his presence, even like those people, like, yo, you can't just do that. Now, AI.
It's cookie cutter.
Yeah. It's exactly. Super sticker with the $5. I'm trying to think what artists I even listen to anymore right now. Like artist, I'm trying. It's very hard. I don't know. You know who I did like, but he don't make music anymore, because even like Kendrick was making music and he stopped a little bit because the industry changed, but then he did the Drake thing. He just blew up everybody, boy, with that. J. Cole came out with a new album. I really got to go listen to it. But Frank Ocean, like, I don't know if y'all, if you like Frank Ocean.
Yeah.
But like
love Frank Ocean. Yeah.
I love Frank Ocean. And then Frederick Howard, the $5 stupid sicker. Much love to you, my brother. And then tells you with the $2 super chat, Ali, go and visit DPMO Morning Show with 2K. I don't know what that is. Y'all, I think tomorrow I may go live earlier or maybe same time. I'm not sure. But I truly appreciate everybody coming through, the love and support from everybody, the panelists, man, the conversation, man. Thanks for the phenomenal show. I was hoping, well, never mind. I don't see it there. But again, Roses, always thank you. Savage, thank you. New one, like Savage been doing her thing.
Yeah, love Savage. Don't let anybody run you away. Come as much as you can.
I did before I left. Well, I'll probably say that for you know what I noticed? I don't think even a lot of these women believe in good women, and I'm gonna say why I believe.
No,
that.
they hate us. They call us pick-me's.
I sat in the. That's what I'm saying. I sat in the barbershop one day, and I was bragging about my woman, right? And it wasn't a man that was like whatever. It was women were like whatever. I don't even believe in that. And it's like whenever they see a good, whenever they
saying all kinds of crazy stuff.
Whenever they see an actual good woman or what they think is a good woman that says things that benefits a man even a little bit, pick me, like, you know what I'm saying, like, and just disrespecting the woman. I don't believe her.
Telling
I don't
Savage
believe that's
she don't have to be perfect. It's like she didn't say she was perfect. They just don't like the fact that you guys like our talking points.
Well, hold on.
Well, hold on.
Hold on real quick, Savage. It's revealing that these women do actually believe that a man in marriage validates you, because if you believe you're strong and independent without a man and you brag about not needing a man, why do you then turn back towards another woman that you disagree with and invalidate her by asking if she has a man or don't have a man if you do it all better without a man? So it's not consistent. If y'all believe you don't need a man to validate you and demonstrate your value, why is it when you hear a woman that you don't agree with that sometimes says things that align with a man or a family, why is it that you say now, oh, where your man at? Why you ain't got no marriage? Why she can't be a single woman who still values men, who still values relationships as well too? It's very contradicting. But
so let me say this, because I come across this a lot. People be expecting me to be perfect and stuff like that, and they, oh, Savage is this and Savage is that. Let me be very clear. I am 28 years old. I was in my relationship from 18 all the way up to 28 years old. That was 9 years of my life. And I had to grow up in that relationship. Okay. I had to take some accountability. I had to face myself in the mirror. I had to admit things that I didn't want to admit. I had to drop my ego. I had to drop my pride. I had to get outside of myself. I had a lot of growing pains in that relationship. But being a part of that relationship humbled the hell out of me. It helped me see that I was selfish. It helped me see a lot of flaws within myself. And then that's how I learned how to love somebody, because I had to learn that it wasn't all about me and my emotions. I had to see the bigger picture. So then when I got out of that relationship, I learned to not lead with hurt, but lead with understanding enough to tell other women, hey, see the bigger picture outside of you. It's not all about you. And that's when I became completely pro-family. Anything that goes against the family goes against my beliefs. So it's not so much that I'm looking for the man to validate me. Hell no, the man agreed with me. I didn't go out my way to agree with the man. The man agreed with me. I said, I love family. He said, I love family too. I said, I care about the legacy. He said, I care about the legacy too. I said, I believe in partnership. He said, I believe in partnership too. I said, I want to be able to have a man's back because I love my people. He said, I want to have my women's back because I love my people too. So for me to sit up here to take accountability, and I do talk about my pains, I do talk about my shortcomings, I do talk about my misunderstandings, and I also talk about what I learned from it and what I'm practicing on a daily basis. That's how I live my life. So to say that I'm out here to please anybody, no. I say where I went wrong, and I say what I'm still learning. I'm very open-minded, and I have no problem saying, you know what, I see what you're talking about, you're right. I have no problem saying, you know what, no, I don't agree with you, but I still respect you.
Yeah, and that's the problem. So anybody in the chat asking for specifically, what I'm saying is that if men said they didn't need women, we'd be shamed and disrespected. But I see women align more so with women saying I don't need a man versus a man saying I need a man. Like we should all be saying we need each other. We should all be saying we need families. We need one another.
My man. I need my man. And when I'm not with my man, I look for other men, you know, in society.
I need my woman. You know what I'm saying? We need women in general. Like we love women. I love women. So it's crazy that when the women say that the men don't value them in the same capacity, it's women who say they don't need men. I never hear men say, I don't need no woman, or hate. Like I still, again, have not come across a man that I heard say, I hate women. But all these pages that keep being made on TikTok, these pages that are made on YouTube, IG, they will come out here brag for it. And the women that are married on those sites as well too. These are women with marriages. These are women with children. These are women with sons. Oh, we don't need men. Women going on platforms with men and KKK talking about we need to delete men. And they got kids. They got sons. So I never in my life.
That was awful. That was awful when
I've never in my life heard a man say that we hate women, nor have I ever heard a man say we need to delete female names. But I've heard a lot of women say, and not saying majority either. I never conflated to majority. I don't think it's most women that think that way now, that say they hate men. But for the women I've heard say it, they also say we need to delete young males as well too. I've never heard men say that in my life. So again, both of us need each other. And contrary to whatever's being pushed in society, it's our biological imperative to connect with each other. That's why when you say you hate a man, you still can't help yourself but go on panels where there are men, and you can't help but go on the panels and watch where there are men as well too. You just rather have negative attention instead of having positive attention, because some people, negative attention is better than no attention at all. And we learn that in mental health. So instead of showing love, you'll show hate, but you actually love the people. You hate that you love. It's crazy.
Ollie, where did the woman come from?
The rib. The man.
No, sweetheart. She came from his nuts.
I can't with her.
I wish I had my ESPN that. But anybody got any last words, man? Thank A6. Oh, thank you so much, fam, for always coming through, man, showing love.
And Brixton. Is that her name, Brixton?
Yeah. Yeah.
She's so cute. Hey there.
She look like her mama.
Yeah, man,
like her
just
daddy.
for having me, man.
Hey, thank you, man. Hey, you know you my.
Yeah, I love y'all.
Yo, you ain't play the horns for me, man. I sent you a cash app for you to play the horns. You ain't play the horns for me one time.
Which horns? These?
Nah, you know the horns. I need that Wakanda, bro.
Hold on, which one?
The
Oh,
Wakanda
man,
joint.
funny. You funny, yo.
Ah.
And don't ease up on the soundboard. We like the soundboard.
Yeah, they be hating on my soundboard. My
No,
soundboard
man, don't let them folks hate on your
God,
soundboard.
you like it be hey, who entertain? Man, I'm entertaining the people. I came in to entertain the people.
You know
what
I
I'm
like
saying?
my machine guns, so yeah.
Oh, hey, bro, hey, you know you got to get your machine guns now before you roll out of here. Now, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, why you don't grab the joint from Home Alone?
Which one?
Oh,
With the old black and white movies he was having?
They say, get out of here, you filthy.
Oh,
Filthy animal.
I meant to get that. I meant to get that 3 years ago, man. I just forgot all about it. That's one of my man. I love that movie, man.
Yeah.
I definitely. They might strike me though. I don't know if they have. That's
That
a big
one?
movie, man. I try to
Yeah.
play. What I wanted to play Ricky, like the music from there. They might not strike me because they might not put that on nothing big. That's you know what, man. It's
that
crazy what we grew up
WrestleMania
with.
noise is the only one that gets me when you play the WrestleMania noise. That's the only one that's
But
ever
it-
got me copyright.
Those movies like that. What was that? John Singleton that created that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But he gave life to Boys in
Mm-hmm.
the Hood. He gave life to the way that this country can dehumanize us and make it seem like we're not human. But that movie is one of the best movies ever. The soundtrack, the acting ever. Like it humanizes the people and it shows us from different aspects and perspectives. From a movie standpoint, like even the father that he had. Dang man,
The dude from Matrix.
the dude from Matrix, but Furious.
Fishburne,
His name
don't
was
do that.
look. His name was Furious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. In the movie. That was his nickname.
And I think who was James Baldwin
It was
was
very
saying
enlightening when you said that. That was deep, Ali.
one?
Dehumanizing us.
Oh, it
For referring
was.
to
Those
his
movies
name.
gave us light. Those,
Yeah.
Furious, but it's the state of the black man. And then when we're mad, it's invalidated. Our anger is invalidated. But when other people are mad, it's complaints. And when we want freedom, or certain people too, because I align with other human beings as well too. It ain't just a black thing, but I'm pro-black at the same time too. It don't mean I'm anti anybody else because I want all human beings to come together. It's the same movement that Fran Hampton did, where he was trying to align everybody. But because once you want everybody together, that's when they really want to delete you. They love it when we stay separated, But anybody got it's Lawrence Fishburne. She said, who said The Matrix? Lawrence Fishburne, one of the best. He got another movie. There's a movie.
When he in the Matrix, it was the Matrix.
It was The
he's
Matrix.
Morpheus.
But I think you didn't know his name. I think they were trying to get you because you didn't know
Oh,
his name.
sorry. I'm bad with names.
But
y'all.
he got another movie, Hoodlum, that's fire. You will watch Hoodlum? Hoodlum is fire.
I never.
And then
seen
he was in a scary movie called Event Horizon. Y'all remember that movie?
I
Where
ain't see that.
where the spaceship goes back into it goes to hell for like a second and comes back. No.
Really?
They got to this spaceship and this spaceship went to hell and it came back and it was haunted. Y'all never seen Event Horizon?
Nah.
Yeah, that movie fire, man. With Morgan Freeman, that movie fire. I'm telling you, there's a lot of good movies. So many of our actors were slept on though, yo. Even the movie, you know what movie Higher Learning.
Oh yes. What is higher?
And that's why I never go extreme. Yes. The end of that movie, when old dude, even though he seemed like he might be a little racist now, though, but
dude from Friday, the white
when
guy.
he was like, it hurts like hitting, man.
Yeah.
Yo.
You should have a movie night. You should have a movie night one night.
That movie when Tyra Banks screams and stuff, that's one of the most like that movie.
That was Well, that why is still palpable.
Yeah.
Yo, it wasn't it, yo. Yo, it's crazy. Yeah, exactly.
Why is still palpable? You could still
It's crazy, but at least it was it wasn't too extreme because he was showing the perspective from how that kid got all the way to doing that as well too. It ain't like he was just born to hate, and at the end, he just wanted friends. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I truly believe that most of the time when people get in them type of situations as well too, is what you encountering. We're not born with that. You know what I'm saying? And I know that because I work with white kids, Asian kids, Arab kids. I have family members in all aspects of life. Like kids aren't born that way. It has to be instilled in them. I was thinking about this yesterday. My sons and the way they behave And I'd be like, how do we ever lose a sense of like remaining kids at the core? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, and I think the people who stay pure are the people who allow that kid to still be somewhere inside of them, and you keep a place in you that's pure, and you don't let that place become broken, and you always stay clean. And I think who said that? Maya Angelou was speaking on that one time on Oprah show, where she was like, every human being that should be a part of you that you keep that's clean inside of you, in case that's where you go when you go to meet God. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you don't compromise yourself to the point that you become the people that you speak against as well too, and not necessarily the people, but the behavior. You know what I'm saying? But and my little one is off the chain. I don't know, 6. I thought my little one was about to be innocent and peaceful. His name's Honest, but it means peace. It's spelled Aanis, right? And it's peace, and he's still loving and peaceful. Boy, he is off the chain, cuz like
how old is he?
11 months now. He about to turn a year. But he started walking in 10 months. But what I do with my kids, I put like obstacles in front of them. So I push their minds and I push them like their physicality. Like I kind of got him to start climbing. Man, he climbing everything. And then he act like he 007. He be grabbing the couches and stuff now. I mean, he climbing stuff he shouldn't be climbing.
And pull up on it.
Or pull down on it. But when I say he off the chain, stop. That's my house. Stop. All this. Stop. Hey man, stop. Hey yo, stop, son. Stop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he getting in every, but I love it. Like you want a kid like that, the kid who's observant and wants to get into everything and curious, because the more you love your kids, the more they want to be in touch with other things and get to know the world. And the more you damage them or neglect your kids, the more they, in a sense, don't want to be connected. They'll be more to themselves instead of wanting to discover the world. But I mean, I say stop, but at the same time, I want them to be that way too. But God dang, boy, stop.
I don't miss those days. But then they turn 15. Then they turn 15 and it becomes another different style.
I had to buy them little things, you child-proof everything. I need more we didn't already child-proof. We got a child-proof on top of child. This kid off the chain, but I'm telling y'all, man, like he getting into everything. And I might have to put some weights on him so he stopped climbing everything too. He about to turn a year, but I would not think all that was coming out of my little son. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought he was supposed to be the angel.
What number of child is he? He your second or your third?
The second one. I want 100.
Lord have mercy.
I want to pop them out like hotcakes.
You want a colony?
I want a colony. You know what I'm saying? I want to whatchamacallit? What's the other word I'm looking for? A commune. No, not a commune. What's the word I'm looking for? A combine. Not a combine. You think it's gonna be I want a compound. I want a compound. I'll be like, hey kids, it's time to eat. And it's like 50 of them.
Oh my God.
That's how my dad used to come out. Yo, y'all remember that too growing up? Like the fathers used to call you from way up the street. Like the daddies, like we used to just, and the way black people always, our voices like trumpets. I never seen white people moving like that, but I know when I was growing up. Hey, 6!
Right.
Hey, CEO! You know what I'm saying? Like, we always move like that, you know? But that's a whole nother story as well, too. But let's get out of here, man. I'm holding y'all too long. We being a little nostalgic. My brother, Derek Gaines with the $5 super chat. Lois Fishburne, what was in Event Horizon, not Morgan. Who said Morgan Freeman? Ain't nobody say no Morgan.
Sorry, I might have went to go to say Morgan Freeman.
Smatter Rose, I know you ain't say that was Morgan Freeman.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
That's on your side. They getting you. You might have said Morgan Freeman because you think he the only black man in everything, huh? Any black man in the movie is Morgan Freeman. Who played iRobot? Morgan Freeman.
My favorite movie is Shawshank Redemption. That's one of my favorite movies.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, sorry, but their characters, they're as deep. So my bad, y'all. Don't hold it against me. I'm bad with names.
Do you remember that Morgan Freeman movie, Independence Day?
He's funny.
Yo, you're there. He's
funny.
That was Will Smith in Independence Day. Why y'all doing me like that? See, that's messed up.
It's all right, man. I'll see y'all later, man. Peace out to y'all.
All right,
man.
peace,
I
man.
love
Peace.
y'all. Good
All right,
night.
hold on. Let me hit the line, man. Let the line put us to sleep, man.